And it is going to be rough. Let's just take Minneapolis as an example. I don't think it could get any more brutal than this, where you're going from temperatures in the mid and upper 30s at 9 o'clock to less than 12 hours later. Snow, and yes, at this point right here, 14 degrees with winds 30 to 35 miles per hour. That's below zero wind chills in a matter of 12 hours. So a huge turnaround. You were just in the 40s yesterday. So obviously snow is a component, but absolutely that incredible temperature drop as well. About 2 to 3 inches in the immediate Minneapolis area, but as you can see, especially off to the south and the east, it could be more like 5 to 6 inches of snowfall. So here's a look at it starting really tonight and through tomorrow. About 3 to 5 inches of snowfall coming your way. Temperatures, huge drop out of the 30s to not only well below freezing, but into the teens, and those winds howling 15 to 25 miles per hour. So the brutal wind chills are back. Omaha, a similar situation where you're going from the 40s into the 20s in a matter of 12 hours. You bring on the blowing snow. Gusts here could be as high as 50 miles per hour, and even the possibility of some icy conditions, so we'll keep an eye on that. But yes, a big weather story here in Omaha, and we're sort of breaking this into two storm, and all have in common extreme impacts. The water vapor imagery shows very clearly that bowling ball of a low driving its way across parts of the west right now, and it is being helped along certainly by a very strong jet stream and that huge dip in it that lends itself to really begin to lift the air, producing those showers and even, yes, thunderstorms. As we get into the middle and later part of the week, there is that other side. There's going to be snow and ice, but tropical moisture going to be brought all the way up into the east and the northeast, so that, yes, we are talking about rain, and yes, we are talking about more snow. So you look at the current snow depth here and you say there's plenty to go around. That keeps that low level chill in a lot of places. So ice will be a big concern into the northeast as well, where you have that low level chill. So by tonight into tomorrow, rain developing across the Gulf Coast into Memphis. You can see Atlanta to Raleigh also seeing those showers even through Thursday night. And this is really where we get into big trouble Thursday night with those temperatures dropping. It is going to be a bad situation when it comes to the ice, and from a really big distance from Mississippi all the way up into New York State. Even by Friday night, that continues. And then, of course, on the backside, some of those areas that will be recovering from ice now getting dumped on with the snow. But as far as the rain, just looking through Friday, could be as much as 1 inch or 2 inches of rainfall. As you can see, there will be spots that translates into snowfall. But all the way up into the northeast too, again, these are areas that saw the snow. So you add in that low level chill, you add in some of that melting on top of what may be 1, 2, even 3 inches of rainfall. This will be a zone, Alex, that we'll have to watch for flooding as well. Thanks, Stephanie. Yes, those snowdrifts can be dramatic, and boy, do we have snow and wind. So we'll have to see what this looks like in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where it is blowing snow, falling snow all night tonight and towards tomorrow. And yes, those wind gusts, you're not seeing things 35 to 40 miles per hour, and that means sub-zero wind chill temperatures. So keep that in mind if you have to be out and about. Of course, Omaha too, just about on that 5+ inches of snowfall category. You go to the north and east, and it could be more like ½ a foot. So focusing on Sioux Falls, South Dakota, really kicks in tonight through tomorrow. 1 to 3 inches of snowfall, but remember, those winds are going to be 15 to 25+ miles per hour, and those temperatures will be falling to 0, and with the winds, of course, feeling colder than that. Duluth, a similar situation in that you're going through a dramatic change as well, from the 30s this evening, and then by tomorrow, single digit, so 30 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts on top of that. All right, let's take tea of moisture still to go. You look at the situation and how it's unfolding. Yes, there's that big dip in the jet stream. It's going to help along that incredible temperature drop, but it's also going to allow a lot of this warmth and humidity, low-level humidity, all of that tropical moisture to stream to the north, even as we get into the later part of the week. So again, it's not losing its power when you look at that. Another factor we're going to have to watch closely is, of course, the temperature profile. How many of us will get the ice or the mist? But also just how much moisture, how much liquid is locked up in the snow cover and the snowpack that we have right now. In the shades of pink, it's 18 to 24 inches. So if you do sort of a rough estimate of what that is as locked up moisture, could be 1 inch or 2. And so you start to melt that, and you get on top of that several inches of rainfall, and we could be looking at concerns over flooding. So we'll watch that very closely. So by tomorrow, that rain chance all the way up to Michigan, down to the Gulf Coast. By Thursday night, it's over into the the Northeast, the I-95 corridor, Philadelphia, New York, Harrisburg, Pittsburgh, for that matter, seeing rain through Friday. Then things get a little tricky with that colder air beginning to make its presence known with a mix to some ice and some snow on the backside. But it is still rain from Raleigh, D.C., New York, up to Boston, even up to Portland, Maine here come Friday night. And again, you add it all up, maybe an inch or two, and that will continue to be the case even into the Northeast, an inch or two of rainfall. We talk about cold more